Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Hi, Sam. You're out there today, Miss Felina
Yeah,
Katz. We're here today for the Netflix movie reviews. And I see you're ready. You have your kitty with you
I have my
today. And I have something different because we do movie reviews. This is what I'm showing today. I have an autographed picture of Mae West. Did
oh,
everybody see that? And I
that.
thought that you would like to see that. Kathy
Hmm.
B gave this to me, and there's another picture of her in the back. Do you know what movie that was?
No.
Myra Breckenridge, I think it was. Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so that was a lovely gift that she gave me. And I just said, well, I don't have a cat. So I've got Mae West. So, and you've got a cat. And also, I think this should be an award-winning show, don't you, Sam?
Yes.
We're giving ourselves an award because that's the kind of people we are. Well, Miss Waggoner, also known as Miss Felina Katz, and her little, this is why, because you have all these pets. I think that we're here to do these Netflix reviews, and we're going to do it. And today, I let you go first last time. So,
Yeah.
Felina, I'm going to go first. And the first
Okay.
movie that we're doing is a comedy, and it's called Game Over Man. Okay, so there you go. Now, Game Over Man, let me tell you about this one. It was made in 2018, and it's a raunchy comedy featuring Adam Devine, Anders Holm, and Blake Anderson. Now, the story revolves around three immature males who work in housekeeping, and they're working in housekeeping, but what they really want to do is create a special game that gets them, known in the industry. So it's an ambition that they have to create this world famous video game. So they're surrounded by a cast of amazing actors such as Aya Cash, Neil McDonough. I don't know how. Do you know how you pronounce his name? Probably not.
Mm.
You're a cat. But anyway, he's my, huh?
Meow Donna.
Neil McDonough, but he's my favorite Caucasian villains. He plays
Yeah.
villains a lot. He's the guy with the real blonde white hair and
Yeah. He's
gorgeous blue eyes. And he is a good villain. He just scares me when he looks at people. He's like, really,
he's pretty
oh, I wouldn't want
scary.
to cross him. Yeah. So, and the ever funny Daniel Stern, who
Oh,
is one of the few actors who could make losing his male appendage be funny. The movie is worth it just to watch this guy do this. This is a funny, funny movie. It's very raunchy, people. It's delightfully entertaining, and it does live up to its comical trailer, which is what enticed me to watch the movie. And the reason that I suggested to Sam that she watch it, because it really is completely out there. Now, such unusual antics and action fills comical scenes, so you may want to watch it twice just to have a day filled with laughter. Now, in an industry that is hard pressed to come up with good and unique projects these days, what I did was I gave this, and I know Sam's not going to like this. I gave this a 5 finger or one hand review. I'll shake hands with that. Now, the reason being is because if you do like comedy, which I do, and you do like stupid comedies, which I do, and you don't mind full frontal male nudity, which I don't mind one bit, this is
why don't
the movie for you. So, people, it's adult entertainment. So I would go see it. And I can't wait to hear Felina's review on this. Felina, what do you say? What did you think about Game Over, Man?
well, I like adult scenarios. I like adult things, but this just was a little bit like pushing. They just pushed to be over the top, and they kept pushing, like throwing dicks around. Anyway,
What's wrong with that?
nothing's wrong with it. It just was working in a very silly type of attitude that they were, constantly carrying on about what they wanted to do.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry it wasn't a dice 'em and slice 'em movie the way you like to watch. You want to see real people get cut up all the time.
they diced plenty of dicks. From what I saw, they were doing a little bit of dicing. Anyway,
But it was
um,
all in fun.
it what? Yeah, it was. I think so. Anyway, so it was an action comedy, like you said, starring Adam Devine, Anders Holm, and Blake Anderson, which I think is pretty cool. I liked him in the movie for some reason. Anyway, they're buddies working in a posh hotel, and they're housekeepers, but they're looking for better ideas to come up with where they can make money and get somewhere with this computer game thing that they're and in the meantime they're cleaning a room that had a room full of condoms. So I mean, what it's silly, a room full of used condoms. And King Batch was the one who was doing it in the room, and I worked with him before. But the three buddies were asked to be waiters at a star-studded event that evening at the hotel while they were trying to pitch their ideas to an Instagram influencer. That's hard to say. Everyone was taken hostage by a bunch of nasty terrorists. Meanwhile, there are lots of stupid dick jokes among disgusting activities involving a lot of body fluids. The three roommates turned waiters found guns after killing one of the terrorists and decided to make a plan to catch the bad guys. Odd, silly humor. But luckily, no animals were harmed in the making of this film.
Or so they say.
Yeah, so they say. So I'm not really a fan of this film, but I give it one cattail. And
Well,
actually, there may be a sequel. So you
well,
get
if
to
there's a sequel, that means a lot of people saw it. Now, people, again, I always have to say this: she's a feline. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's well, I have to say one thing in Felina's defense. I did ask her to watch it, and at least she did that. And but she told you an awful lot of the movie, but they're all funny scenes. So if you're going to pay attention to her, I think that you have to make up your own mind. So the bottom line is, if you like silly comedies, it's a good. I'll tell you what, Sam, to make up for my bitterly cutting remarks to you as a feline, you do the next one first, because the next movie we watched is Enough. So tell us about your take
well,
on.
that was more than enough.
Oh my God, she's off again. I'm out of here.
No. Well, this is
Bye.
gotcha. This is a dark drama about abuse and domestic violence starring Jennifer Lopez, Billy Campbell, Juliette Lewis, and Noah Wiley, which are some really pretty good actors. So, two waitresses, one played by J Lo as Slim, and the other played by Juliette Lewis as Ginny. They seem friendly, and Ginny notices that there's a guy, a customer, kind of flirting with Slim. So another guy gets involved and somehow tells Slim that he was actually making a bet with a friend of his to whether or not she would, go to bed with him. So the guy is Mitch, and he's played by Billy Campbell. And he gets together with Slim, and 1, 2, 3, they get married and have a child. Happens really fast, too. It sounds like a perfect scenario until Slim suspects Mitch is cheating on her. Bad boy. When she confronts him about it, he explains that he makes a lot of money and feels that he has the right to do what he wants. And that includes slapping her around a bit. Bad boy. Really bad boy. things become a bit wild when she tries to escape and get away from his abusive activities, which were based toward, really based towards her. And he started escalating, his hitting her. So she discovers that he also had a lot of connections with the police who were willing to help him track down her and her daughter and cause trouble. So there was some very valuable lessons on how to survive an abusive relationship. The acting was really good, but I would have liked to have seen Juliette Lewis play the same role as Slim did. I think she might have had an interesting way to pull that off too.
Well,
Um,
thank God you're not in casting.
oh, really? This is a really good film with a lot of action. Even though there were no cats, I gave it 4 cattails.
Well, holy cow. Her brain waves are working again, everybody. There you go. The brain waves do work. Okay, I am going to do this now, just the way it should be done. Take notes, Sam. Okay.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
my Netflix reviews for Enough. Now, Enough stars Jennifer Lopez and Billy Campbell, as Sam said, and it is an American thriller. Now, it's made in 2002, and it's back up on Netflix. And when you watch it, you're going to know why. Women being abused by men has been a story since the beginning of time. And I must confess, over the years, I've watched this movie several times. As a woman who I have survived an abusive marriage with a narcissistic sociopathic male, and I appreciate how the character Jennifer Lopez plays creates a reasonable solution to end the cycle of abuse. Because unfortunately, this is still going on. During this time in history, when the government is again putting women in corners, taking away their right to choose and turning their heads as women are being disrespected daily, by now having men try to steal women's very sexual identity, it's a good movie to watch.
Yeah.
Ladies, it's a tough world out there, and learning to defend yourself physically has become necessary. And I give this movie a 5 finger review. And I suggest that every woman over the age of 18 watch this movie and
Yeah.
pay attention to the red flags in relationships. Because, as Sam said, the way it goes, you don't really recognize it. Uh, Everything starts off, it's just peachy. But there are red flags in relationships where men are abusive, and women should not tolerate it. And as a disclaimer, please note, don't send me your mailmen. I am not saying that all men are toxic, but if you're with a toxic one, leave. So that's our reports. Now,
Yeah.
Sam, I do have something here special, and you can give me your take on it because this is something I didn't tell you about, but I've decided to have a GrannyTino Netflix reviewer alert. Okay, what do you think about that? Guess what this is about?
Whoa.
Yeah. So this is about there are 10 Netflix movies playing on Netflix right now that were made back in the day. And they are all movies that I've seen and would recommend. Now, when you're looking for something to watch that is fun, that's not cookie cutter and worth your time. Now, I'm going to say the movies, Sam. I'm going to read each one, and feel
Okay.
free to shout out if you have anything to say about it. That's okay.
Okay.
First one, Alfred Hitchcock's greatest movie, the original Psycho, is on
Oh, yeah.
Netflix now.
Perfect.
Rocky One,
Yes.
Rocky Three, and if Rocky Two is on there, I didn't see it, but if it's on there, watch that too. So Sam, you're also Felina, you're also a Rocky fan. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Oh, I'm not
Tyler
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Perry is an amazing producer, and his Medea character is so comical. I heard that he wanted to give her up. He wanted to stop doing her, but his fans just wouldn't have it. So he's doing them. But it's so fantastic. So yeah, see, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Conan. with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
That's playing again on Netflix. Now that's when we got to see Conan, Arnold Schwarzenegger's body. I think for the first time, a lot of people. So watch it. Felina's probably going to disagree with this one. I'll bet. American Pie. I'm sorry, but what that kid was doing on the counter with his pie was funny to me. Okay.
That I love that. I love that movie.
Okay.
Um, American Pie 1 with Stifler's mom and everything.
Okay. Good. Well, see, that's playing on Netflix again, so that's worth seeing. Now,
Um,
this is one. I don't know how you feel about this one. Number 7, The Mask of Zorro. Now,
oh,
that starred Antonia Banderas in the sizzling Zorro. It's worth it just to watch him. Come on. Doesn't fantasize about a Latin lover now and again. So that's playing on Netflix. Number 8 was Sleepless in Seattle.
not my thing.
No, because she doesn't like anything romantic. She would rather be watching again horror films where people are getting their blood sucked out of their necks. So okay, well you're entitled to your opinion. I did ask for it. Um, 9, Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence. As far
Oh,
as I'm concerned, Martin Lawrence is one of the funniest comical guys in show business. I love anything he's in. He always makes me laugh. And the last one that's back on that hasn't been around in a long time is Smokey 2. So maybe Smokey's up there, but nobody was sexier than Burt Reynolds back in the day. Do you agree with that?
yeah, he was pretty sexy,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, well, you would prefer a cat. So there you go. So you were hanging with cats. Well, everybody, before we go, we just want to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Make sure
Meow.
that you subscribe here in the corner to our show.
And
And
get a cat.
thank you for your input, Felina Katz, aka Samantha Waggoner.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
subscribe to Laughter Talks. We love you. This is Marguerite Bear saying we're out of here. Bye,
Bye.
Sam. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
You too.